Hey everybody, Will here with my flea market finds for August 16th, 2021. Not a whole lot to show you this week, but some really unusual things. I think you'll like it. Let's get started. 3 pairs of shoes. We have Isaac Mizrahi. They look brand new. That was 10, and the LL Bean were only 5 a piece. They've been worn, but still got the original box, which always helps to sell them. Bought these two together. It's a cutting board, and I'm going to sand it back down. Somebody put a lot of work into this. It's actually 2 pieces of wood. Well, it started out life as 1 piece. Then they cut along here, added this inlay. You can see it goes around the edge, so it's all the way across in a little circle spot there. Nice piece of wood. Looks like not very good at identifying it. It's kind of dark. Want to say walnut, but it needs good taken care of. You can see something spilled on it. So sand it down, get it back to a nice finish, and get some food grade varnish to put over top of it. So the guy, I bought that, and I bought this. It's actually a fruit bowl, and it was like $10 for the pair of them. Kind of surprised me. I thought I was going to get this for like $2 or something. But the guy's like, "Oh, you must be artistic." I said, "No, but my wife has called me autistic." So it's kind of a neat fruit bowl. Maybe put that down to Airbnb. Just want to need another project, but just couldn't pass that up. My son bought a projector screen to sell. He actually sold one before, so got this for like $5. Shipping won't be too bad. We'd do it FedEx, but there is a demand for screens out there. Wife got herself a foot fixer, brand new in the wrap, for $5. A leather jacket, which is centigrade leather, new with tags, paid $15 for it. Surprisingly, these things are only going for about $30. If I'd have known that, I probably wouldn't have messed with it. A Dutch shoe. You always see the decorative ones, but this one's actually been worn, and that's what attracted me to it. It's a cool piece. $12. Love the design on the old piece of leather strap going across. Too bad it didn't have a pair, but an actual Dutch shoe. Gotta have some age on it. I'd say that's what, 50 years old, 60, 70. A cool piece. Schwinn luggage rack. I got it for $6. Schwinn stuff always does well. Bought this and 2 others. This is the Combat Infantryman's badge. When you get out of basic training, you get the pin with the Kentucky long rifle. When you see combat, you get a wreath. And this is actually a pretty rare metal. Less than 400 people have ever earned this medal. If you see somebody wearing it, they probably haven't earned it. The only people that have gotten this medal are people that have served in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. So there's really no way that somebody serving today would be eligible for this. They would have to do Korea, Vietnam, and the War on Terror. So with 50 years between the War on Terror and Vietnam, I don't think there's anybody that would qualify. But cool medal. So you got the wreath. When you say World War II vet, got the who saw combat, got the wreath. Then he went to Korea and they added a star, and then he went to Vietnam and they got 2 stars. So pretty rare. I think they have a list of everybody that's gotten these. This is sterling silver with the maker's mark on the back there. Actually sold this. Well, I got this and 2 other combat infantrymen's badges for it was $40 for all 3. I just sold this one for $100, and kind of regretting it a little bit. I wish I would have started the bidding out a little more, but I can't look a gift horse in the mouth. So that'll be going out today, but I wanted to show everybody it's just such a cool rare medal. Some 223 green tip armor piercing. That one's going to stay here with me. 50. It's only 50 star, but it's got a great look to it. The browning, a little bit of fraying on it. I'm going to leave it just the way it is. Great decorative piece. That was $10. Good size too. Here's one. I have no idea what this thing is. Kind of looks like a witch ball or a fishing net float that somebody has made this maze of dowel and string to interlock it. It's pretty neat. It almost looks like a soccer ball, but not quite. A friend of mine gave this to me at the flea market. So I'm tired of looking at it. Here, you take it. So I think it's kind of neat. A little red kettle. Gonna put that down at the Airbnb for decoration. That was like $4 or $5. Got a spoon. This was in a box full of stuff. They were getting 3 for $1, so I picked out the spoon and a corkscrew and some measuring spoons. But this is sterling silver. I forget how much a silver sterling spoon is going for. This Steve, and the pattern I think is the flowers is pretty common. Probably worth about $15 or so. I love the old coffee grinder. This is a Enterprise #1. Very cool. It would have been sitting on a piece of wood. Got the drawer in the bottom to catch the ground coffee. This goes for, I don't know, kind of hard to say. If it was mint condition, you'd be looking at a $250 piece. This kind of condition, $50, something like that. I paid $15 for it. Part of me really wants to take it all apart, sand it down, give it a nice paint job, maybe go over the letters, It was originally black. You can see a little bit of the black paint inside there still. So how cool would that be? Do it with like a gloss black and then come by with some gold paint and go over these raised letters. But I'm going to let the buyer do that. Maybe they have a nice one they need a handle or something like that. But even this chip you could fix. Just build up a little epoxy around the rim there. But like I said, I'm going to sell it. And maybe somebody will give it another life. I got a whole stack of religious prints. Got the entire stack for 20 bucks. I love selling old prints, unusual prints. They're easy to sell. You just roll them up, put them in a shipping tube. Here's one here. Francis Xavier Cabrini. And I got like it's a ton of them over in here. Not all of them in the best shape, but enough of them. Like all these purple ones here. That's all her. There's a neat World War II era. Seen better days. It says, "Onward, Christian soldiers," from the popular song during that time. Ralph Coleman. Have to look that up. But can't go wrong there. It's just worth listing it. And there's Jesus on the Mount. But some unusual things. It should do good. I have no idea what I'm going to ask for them. But just $10 a piece. Do the math. Picked up a little cross. It's held together with this little screw. And picked it up out of a case at a thrift store. It was one of those things, anything in the case, $5. So I saw this. I don't think they knew that it come apart. I took the screw out and looked inside. And it's full of these little shards. I think it's from the... Correct me if I'm wrong about this. I think it's from the catacombs that are underneath Rome. Somebody's got to know. But I love the piece. You can tell it's been carried many, many years. The wear on the metal. Not sure what it's worth. But old religious stuff, artifacts, always sell well. Picked up a desk lamp, cast iron base, nice and heavy, $3. Just couldn't say no to that. Quacker Factory shirt, that was $5. Big lot here. There's 68 boxes in here. And I looked them up, and these are old cereal boxes. I think from around the 1930s or so, 1920s, 1930s. It's amazing that somebody would keep all these boxes. So there's old grape nuts, there's cornflakes, because you can't really do a quantity listing on these because the condition varies so much from piece to piece. But at 20 bucks a piece, 68 of them. The person I bought them from was selling them for $3 a piece. He's like, yeah, I already sold a bunch. So, guess I was lucky to get what I got. But So I asked him how much for everything. He's like, if you take them all, I'll knock off $1 a piece. So got them for $136 for the entire box. And we'll get those listed. Oh, probably my favorite piece. Check out this primitive copper kettle. Is this cool or what? Oh, it weighs a ton. Check out the handle. I think, look at the side brackets on it, all riveted in. Big steel handle. A little bit of a hole down inside here. Nothing major. But just love this piece. And it was, before I saw it, I thought, they're probably going to have $500 on that thing. But then I saw $150. I had to have it. So I actually have this listed on eBay right now. I think I got it for $750, put $750 on it. The problem is the shipping. The shipping, it's over that magic number where it makes it an oversized item, and the shipping cost just goes through the roof. So shipping's not going to be cheap on this. This might be a good candidate for U-ship. Check out the hole in the lid. I think this might have been used at one time as part of a moonshine still. It would probably work. You fill that up with your mash, then you put your condensing coil up here to condense down the steam coming off the mash. One of these days I got to try that. So that would be really cool. I mean, if somebody was to were to take a coil of copper wire, attach it on here, even if it's just for display purposes, you could make a really neat display. Where your average person could keep that, I don't know, but it's neat. We'll see what happens with it. Last thing to show you, a lady had this sitting out and at the flea market, and looked at it and looked it up. This is, if you do a search for Ridgeway Oriental, you'll see these plates. Dinner plates bring $15 to $20. The dessert plates, like this one, bring around $15 or so, depending on condition. Condition isn't bad. You see a lot of the gold is usually the first thing to go on dishes like these, because they apply it after it's been fired. But the gold isn't too bad. So a lot of listing here. Basically made me buy it. I really I wasn't looking to, but the lady only wanted $10 for the entire bin, and she threw in the bin. So it started, I thought it was all this stuff, but when I started digging in there, I find some of this this spode newer stuff. So I'll have to dig it all out and see what we got. This one might be a candidate for quantity listing, since as long as the condition is all about the same. So there we go. Keep an eye on Store Terminal 99, which is where a lot of this stuff will be appearing. So till next time, this is Will, Yard Sale Survivalist, and we'll talk again soon.